The Dihua Old Street area of Taipei is considered one of the best preserved areas in Taiwan, with historic buildings and a charming atmosphere. You can find all kinds of traditional dried ingredients, souvenirs, and shops reflecting Taiwan's rich history. Elegant old-style houses, temples, markets, and restaurants of different styles all exist in the same area. And just around the corner, Mukuchi Kitchen Bar, a vegetarian restaurant, is one of the trendiest spots in the area. Located in a narrow, quiet alley, the restaurant is decorated with warm lighting and plants. The sun shines through the windows in the afternoon, and the lazy sleeping cats give the restaurant a serene, charming vibe that is so different from the old Dihua Street restaurants. The restaurant's menu is easy to follow. Their vegan ramen attracts people from far and wide to come enjoy the amazing flavor. Vegans can choose and enjoy their meals here without fuss. To top it off, they offer several kinds of broth to satisfy everyone. Here we have the first ramen dish. This is actually a sugarcane broth. This place is known for their Asian fusion ramen, where you get 9 different flavors to choose from. You have Thai, Sichuan, so many things to choose from. And now I've chosen my sugarcane broth, which is the soy sauce ramen. Let's try it out. Look at that. The noodles is thin, but not too thin where you can actually taste the firmness of the noodles. And for me, the noodles, the ramen is everything. I just love the balance between the texture, the firmness. The main reason that the restaurant is renowned for its vegan ramen is due to the labor-intensive broth. Let's have the owner, Chef Rax, share the secret behind the broth's tasty flavor.
我们现在是要大概讲一下甘蔗高汤的部分，所以我们就会使用甘蔗，再加上各式水果，苹果、白萝卜、西芹。开创它主要是为了有一些客人他是不吃菇类的，所以我们就要用一些其他不是菇类的鲜味来源去做取代，所以我们就使用番茄、风干番茄，然后加强它的鲜味。但因为我们主要是全素，所以我们不能使用洋葱的部分。我们五口主要会使用高丽菜这个食材，其实是要取代洋葱的甜味。制作过程会使用有点像炒糖撒的那种感觉，经过长时间炒至糖的焦糖色的情况，高丽菜的鲜甜味会出来。
Rax is very particular about the quality of his cabbage. Cabbage used for side dishes should be lightweight and crisp in texture, while cabbage that is heavy and firm is best used for making broth. Let's give this soup a try. Yeah, it's very flavorful. The soup is very clear, and which is very interesting. The balance between light and nutty. It's very on par. next we have the white miso ramen. And then on the side here we have deep fried tofu steak. I know, it looks so cute. Apparently this is a dish that a lot of people like to order here, so I just had to get some to try. And this, I know it looks like meat, but it's actually vegetarian. This is known as Char Siu, which is normally paired with the ramen, but apparently this is so popular here, you can order it as a dish on its own.
White miso ramen is a dish worth trying. Chef Rax uses Hikari miso, the most common miso in Japan, which gives the soup a smooth, rich flavor. An old Japanese saying, "Don't pay the doctors, pay the miso makers," tells us that a bowl of miso ramen is both a tasty and healthy choice.
Now this soup base is actually with the 3 mushrooms, so it's a lot creamier and thicker. The 3 mushrooms, we have king oyster mushroom, enoki mushroom, and shiitake mushroom.
The white miso ramen uses a thicker version of the sugarcane broth, made with 3 types of deep-fried mushrooms, as well as cabbage, radish, snow fungus, tofu, and oat milk, which are blended to create a thick broth base.
Wow, look at that. It's actually thicker than the previous soup base that I had. Ooh, that's quite the umami. Oh. Wow, so much is happening in that one sip of soup. You get the flavor of the kombu, and then you get the sweetness from the cabbage, and then there's white fungus, which is also known as something that women like to eat because it really builds collagen. Oh, and then you get into that sesame seed, which gives that like smoky aroma. It's so beautiful. I actually really like this thick 3 mushroom soup base. Now, I'm gonna try the steak. Has like a little bit of a nutty flavor. It's very packed, so you do definitely feel full after just one little bite of that.
The star ingredient in the handmade steak is tofu, which is crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. The tofu has a rich soy flavor, and when you bite into it, its texture is tender and juicy. One of the most unique dishes at the restaurant is the vegan Char Siu pork. It takes a lot of work to make the vegan Char Siu pork look and taste like a work of culinary art. Tofu skin is used to imitate the look and taste of the outer skin. The fatty part is created using glutinous rice, and the soybeans are used to imitate the texture of the lean meat in the center. The vegan Char Siu pork is double boiled until cooked, and then placed in the freezer to set. As with Japanese Char Siu pork, this Char Siu is tied and shaped with cotton rope before being pan-fried to seal in the aroma and flavor. The vegan Char Siu pork is then marinated and boiled for 10 minutes. For the finishing touch, the chef torches the Char Siu pork skin to give it a crispy texture. It takes nearly 3 days to recreate all the elements of Char Siu pork, but in a vegan version. Don't forget to come early for this item, as it tends to sell out quickly.
Definitely tastes like meat right there. Really gives off that like fatty layer of a meat, and it's so chewy. It's almost as if you're eating meat. And that tofu skin gives that texture to the first bite. In the middle of the omni pork, it's so firm. It's just got a really nice bite to it.
It's interesting to note that many of Taiwan's vegetarian restaurants begin with a love story.
And this restaurant is no exception. Chef Rax, an experienced chef, fell in love with a vegan foodie, Winnie, who inspired him to develop vegan ramen as well as many other vegan recipes that eventually became signature dishes at the restaurant, benefiting more vegans than ever before.
这个是我们的焦糖黑巴萨可可，它就是用黑巴萨醋做的一种布丁，对它，所以它吃起来会有点酸甜咸的感觉。
So good. It's almost like taking a little like espresso at the end of a meal, but it's Jello. 好好吃哦，谢谢。
All food served here is vegan, except for their homemade caramel pudding, which is vegetarian. Rax never stops developing new ramen flavors for vegan food lovers. Take the Yuzu pepper ramen, for example. Its spicy, bright taste and aroma of yuzu and black pepper make it a wonderful ramen experience that will keep people coming back for more. Traditionally in Japan, they tend to enjoy ramen with a rice-based side dish to supplement their carbohydrate intake. They usually start with a bowl of ramen and end the meal by pouring their ramen broth into the rice for the grand finale. That is why the restaurant offers several small rice dishes on their menu. My favorite is the spicy fried mushroom rice, which has a slightly spicy flavor from the pickled enoki mushrooms. I didn't plan to eat so many carbs within just a few hours, but these are delicious. I can't help myself.